Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nocturnal Nightly. It is always nice when you have a 4-day week of school, but it sucks when you get sick on that day off. Although I do have to say, getting pink eye is pretty cool, besides the fact it's bacteria in your eye. Kind of gross. It's cool because you feel 100% fine, and it's 24 hours off the hook from school and contact from the rest of the world because you're so contagious. So basically, it's a day off to lay in bed, binge watch that Netflix series you haven't had time for, and eat everything in sight because you're so bored. If you couldn't figure it out, that's how I spent my Veterans Day, and of course, honoring our veterans. I'm no longer contagious and prepared this script 10 minutes ago because we had no one to host, which is why I look like this, but I'm not complaining, and you won't be complaining on tonight's show either. I'm your host, Rebecca Rickson, and this is Nocturnal Nightly.
Hey everyone, welcome to Whip City Sports. I'm Erica Lee alongside Mike Drew and Anthony Swenson, and this week we are giving out our NFL Midseason Awards. So guys, let's get started. Who is your MVP at Week 10?
I know, I'm ceding to you. I'm ceding to you,
You know
Mr.
what?
Swenson.
I gotta give it to my boy. My boy! TB12. 2 interceptions on the year. Only really one was his fault in the last game against the Redskins. Best quarterback in the league, averaging over 300 yards a game. You can't ask for a better quarterback in the league at 38 years old.
You know, I thought long and hard about this because I didn't want to go with the basic answer, right? Because everybody is going to think of one answer, and that's sort of the way it goes. So I thought long and hard about giving this award to a couple of different people. Actually, one guy who you really should be thinking of for this, who's not getting a ton of credit right now, is Cam Newton.
Are you kidding me?
That.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't say I'm giving him the MVP. I just said Cam Newton is a guy. You look at what's going on in Carolina right now. They're unbeaten. They basically are a better version of what the Seattle Seahawks were trying to create on offense, right? I mean, Russell Wilson, we all respect Russell Wilson for the mobility and everything else that he brings, but I'm pretty sure everybody would take Cam Newton 100 times out of 100 over Russell Wilson.
Absolutely.
That guy's having an incredible year. So, to me, you got to look at his dual threat capability. He's up there. Aaron Rodgers is up there. I know the last couple weeks haven't been as kind to him against Denver and Carolina. Yeah, the MVP has to be Brady, though, because when you factor everything in, right, you factor in where he was in the month of August when nobody knew how Law and Order was going to play out in New York. And then he comes out, and he's been flawless. He's been the Tom Brady that we all expect him to be, and the Patriots are right back.
Thank you, sir, for using
the unbeaten position
good half
that
of
they're
your
always
brain
in
tonight.
Obviously, yeah. I have to agree with you guys. And as Anthony mentioned, that first interception didn't come until, Game 6?
Game 6, and it was off of Edelman, who has been most reliable for the New England Patriots for the past 6 years. I think it was because of his broken finger. But, he's fine now. He is dropping more passes than we usually see. But I think at this point of the season, they're still rolling strong, still undefeated. I think they're going to go throughout the regular season and win it all. Actually, I always say this about the Patriots since the 2 Super Bowls I don't even want to talk about.
Did those games even happen?
I don't think they happened.
I think there were terrible bus crashes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like a nightmare I had or something.
You know what, though? I always say I'm going to be afraid to play the Giants. They go undefeated this year. I want to see the Giants in the playoffs. And you hear me right, Coughlin.
You shouldn't want to see the Patriots go undefeated.
No.
We're going to beat you in the Super Bowl.
You shouldn't.
Although it did happen in 2007, and we all know how that ended.
But you know what?
Exactly.
The Patriots are so much a better team this year.
How did I know we were going to have a tough time getting through one subject?
Okay, let's go next.
Fine. So let's choose a defensive player so far.
I'll let you go first. I went first last time. You
fine.
go first.
Defensive player of the year. Well, another guy I actually thought about for this was Jamie Collins. I actually really considered Jamie Collins for this. But, we're not going to be accused of Patriot bias on this show.
Never.
Who does that? So I'm actually going to pick Josh Norman from the Carolina Panthers. He is the lockdown corner in that defense. You look, they showed the numbers in the Green Bay Carolina game this past week of every time Norman has faced the opposing team's number 1 receiver. People think Darrelle Revis locks guys down. This guy's numbers the last 2 years are incredible. He's got it's either 11 or 12 passes completed against him combined. That's it.
He's putting up Revis numbers right now.
To me, it's Josh Norman. Tons of people, coming into the year, you would have said J.J. Watt, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that defense in Houston has been a train wreck all year long.
Too many egos.
Exactly.
Egos.
So to me, I'm going with Josh Norman. I'm going with the under-the-radar guy. Like I say, I like that Carolina team a lot.
I'm going to stay on the Tom Brady bandwagon right now. I'm going to go another Michigan alum.
He can't pick Tom Brady for this.
Tom Brady doesn't play
corner.
Tom Brady can't be defensive MVP too, because as Giselle once said, he can't catch and throw the ball at the same time.
Well, Giselle's always right.
I'm going to go for the free safety for the Oakland Raiders. Mr. Number, can't think of his number right now. 39 years old, Charles Woodson. I got to give it to him. He's having an unbelievable year at the age he is. Look at Father Time hitting Peyton Manning right now. It seems like he has a walk on the field with him.
See, I view Woodson as more of a comeback player of the year guy.
But he's not coming back. He played all year last year.
Right, but coming back to that elite level.
But comeback player years mean you're out for the whole year, the year before, or a good portion of the games. You can't make up your own awards, Mike, even if you wish you could. But
you can have special cases.
He's been playing on a top level on defense. And you know what? I say for defensive player of the year or offensive player of the year, you look at the leadership value too. That's a young team. Khalil Mack is a young player. The signal caller on that team is Woodson in the back. You don't usually see free safeties as the signal callers on a defense.
No, the Raiders have come a long way. And the Raiders are a team that I think could very well end up with that last wild card spot in the AFC, given the way the AFC lays out right now, right?
Sure.
I mean, they came from last year a brown bag team, which fans were having those over their heads, to a playoff contender team. And I got to say, it's all because of him and his leadership. And if you have some sort of leadership, he should win some sort of award all year at 39 years old.
All right, so we have two guys over the age of 35 in our finalists around here so far. Let's move on to the kids. Rookies of the year, rookies of the half season, I guess we'll say, in each conference.
I'll let you take this
one. We keep wanting to pass it off. I don't know.
Maybe I should just delineate who goes.
So on the NFC side, I'm going to go with Todd Gurley of the Rams. That guy, when he's been in there, has been a bell cow, legitimate number one running back. And he brings sort of the physical element that the Rams, as an NFC West team, didn't have these last few years. And, he's, of course, translating now.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on the NFC side with Todd Gurley. He's been playing unbelievable, having a season. I mean, we haven't seen this kind of season since Dickinson. I mean, that's been a long time. Dickerson, sorry.
No,
I knew you were going to call me.
Adrian Peterson might have something to say about that a few weeks back.
But he still didn't have as many rushing yards as he did in his rookie year.
Came a play away.
Very close.
And then in the AFC side, I have to pick Amari Cooper. I mean, that guy has come into the league as the number one receiver. I mean, you can make a case that Amari Cooper is the best receiver in the league right now. You wouldn't get very far with that because you got guys like Edelman and Calvin Johnson and on down the line who would have something to say about that. But in a couple of years, this kid Cooper is going to be scary. I mean, legitimately scary. He burnt Darrelle Revis a couple of times this past week. You can say what you want about Revis getting older, whatever. But this guy has a unique skill set. You could see it at Alabama, and it's.
I have to give it. I actually have to agree with you too, Amari Cooper. Cooper's been playing unbelievable. You saw it when he played against Revis. He destroyed him. And it was just not even a fair fight. I mean, Revis is old now. He's not a number one corner anymore. You can't put him on Revis Island. And against a speed demon like Cooper, there's no stopping him. There's just no stopping him at all.
All right, sounds good. So we'll have to revisit this with the only a few weeks left in the season before we hit playoff time.
I just want to say one more thing. I've been on this show, and I said on my show on the on WSKB, MSB&B from 4 to 6 on Wednesday on the Sports Drive.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it at all. But I said that the Broncos will not make the playoffs. Okay? It was an interesting decision on my part. I'm saying they're losing the next 3 games. I'm just going to throw this out there for everybody can hear. They're losing to the Chiefs this week. I think they got the Bears next week. They're losing that week. And then lose against the New England Patriots. I'm telling you, I'm right. If you're a betting man, take my advice.
All right, I have a question for you guys then. Peyton Manning doesn't make it to the playoffs. Does he retire after this season?
He retires even if he does make the playoffs.
No.
Oh, my God.
And the reason why is even if the Denver Broncos were to let him go, there are a lot of teams with bad quarterbacks, right? Do the math. So all it takes is one team to throw a crap load of money at Peyton Manning and say, okay, we're going to have you lead the ship for 1 more year.
That would ruin his reputation.
What does he care at this point? He lost 43-8 in Super Bowl 48. What does he care about his reputation?
And he had a team drop him after an injury.
What team is he going to go to? Jacksonville in London?
Would you go play there 1 year for $25 million?
Absolutely not if I'm Peyton Manning.
You would.
My respect factor is more than that.
You would. If you got $25 million.
And what team's going to give him that?
We shall see.
No, are you kidding me? What team's going to give an old man that? He's going to be 40 years old next year at the quarterback position. No, finish. No. You can't just say no. Why? Why would you give a 40-year-old quarterback $25 million when he throws ducks? Seems like he's throwing rainbows out there and not dimes.
Because you convince yourself that Peyton Manning's better than Blake Bortles or better than, let's see.
Hey, guess what? He has more interceptions
down the line.
than
Brian Hoyer, Josh McCown.
He has more interceptions than them.
They don't care. He's Peyton Manning. He has the resume. Would it be a smart decision? No, but is it a decision an NFL team would make? I think so.
And if he goes to any of those teams, he has no running game either.
What does he care? What does he care? He's making $25 million.
And he gets to play another year in the league.
But shouldn't he be worried about his neck too? I'm just throwing that out
there.
Erica,
please get us out of here.
Look at Wes Welker coming
Just talk
back.
over him. Please get us out of here.
Look at Wes Welker going to St. Louis after all his concussions.
Just talk over him.
That is all the time that we have for this week. Anthony, thank you so much. Mike, thank you. For Anthony Swenson and Mike Drew, I'm Erica Lee, and that is Whip City Sports. We'll see you next week.
Hello, I'm Nick Reedy, and this is Julia Galinki. And what is your do? What's your campaign about?
So I'm on MassPerg, and I work on the solar campaign. And what our goal is we pretty much try to bring more solar power to Massachusetts. But we're an activist group. We're not a solar panel installing company. So to do that, we need to try to pass a bill in the House of Representatives in order to have that follow through. Because solar energy, it's not a technical problem. We have all the means to go 100% solar in Massachusetts, but it's a political problem. So the main point of my campaign is to lift the net metering caps what's this called? You can edit out that part. Can you ask me what the goal is, and then I'll tell you, instead of me just going off on a rant?
What are your goals? What is your movement's goals? What are you trying to ultimately achieve by passing solar bills through legislative branch?
Okay, so on November 18th, there's a bill that goes to the House of Reps, and Representative Velas is going to decide if he's going to approve the bill or deny it. In the past, he denied the solar bill on lifting the net metering caps, and this time on November 18th, we put so much work into this campaign, so he knows that us as students and as professors, we want the net metering caps to be lifted.
What have you done to pressure him? What have you done tactically to kind of pressure him into changing his mind?
Well, one method that I like to use is called Solar Coalition Sign-Ons, and it's pretty much a piece of paper that says all the positive things about solar, and then I get professors to sign on to be backup coalitioners to support us. I get small business owners to sign on, and then I got a politician to sign on. And statewide, we're trying to get hundreds of these coalitions, and then we're going to bring them to, we're not sure who we're going to bring them to yet, but it's somebody in politics. And then once you have all of these coalition sign-ons, it seems like a big deal, because you not only have students that care, you have politicians, business owners, professors, all of that. So if when the Representative Velas, when he sees these coalitions, it's more, I don't want to use the word pressure, but it's more support that he should pass the bill on November 18th. That's just one tactic we use, and I like this tactic. A lot of people use a grassroots tactic, which is solar petitions, solar Twitter petitions, which we did. We set up a table outside with a little solar panel that was charging iPhones, and then there was props, and I got many students to take photos with the props that say, lift the caps, go solar, try to get at least 20% solar energy by year 2025. Because once you set these goals and you make them in the media, the politicians see like, oh, students care. They want this direct goal. And then when they do decide on passing the bill, they have you at the back of their mind. And California just went, they signed a bill, 50% solar by year 2030. So like, why can't Massachusetts go 20% by 2025?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's just kind of common sense. Renewable energy is the future.
Yeah, and these fossil fuel industries, they put so much money into lobbying against solar.
And that's why it hasn't been passed
Exactly.
before.
That's why Velis in the past did not pass the bill on lifting the net metering caps. But this time, on November 18th, we really want him to pass the bill. Because in turn, all your excess solar energy can be sold back into the grid. But the more solar we use, the less amount of money the fossil fuel industries will make, and they don't want that. And they're a very expensive industry.
So in the past, you've done this movement in the past?
Massburg, the solar campaign on Massburg has tried this in the past, but the bill wasn't passed. So we're hoping on November 18th it will be passed.
Or like have your fingers crossed for that. Yeah.
Crossing fingers can only do so much. That's why we have to continue with our tactics.
Yeah. So for your ideal, what is your ideal vision, like if the bill is passed, well, like what is your ideal vision for America with solar energy?
Once the bill is passed to lift the net metering caps, so do you know what net metering caps are?
No, I do. No, I do.
A lot of, yeah, all right, I should have explained this. Okay, so you have a solar panel and it supplies a lot of energy. And then it can supply more than enough energy that your house or your business needs. So the surplus, you can sell back to the grid. But in Massachusetts, with that surplus, there's like a cap on it. There's a limitation. There's a limit to how much you can sell back. Yeah. But the bill that we want to get passed takes the cap off. So all of this surplus energy, you can sell back into the grid. But the fossil fuel industries and the electric companies, they're going to have to pay you for the energy, and they don't want to lose money. But it's kind of like a human right, and that's why this bill should get passed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. Doesn't the government like create incentives too to try and get solars? Like
New York is already doing it. Lots of other states are doing it, but Massachusetts isn't yet.
Is there any like success stories with solar energy that you like?
You can find success stories all over the internet, definitely. And I don't see why we're not doing it yet, because fossil fuels are causing species extinction, global warming, flooding, cancer.
This has been very informative and interesting. Thank you for coming in today.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Kevin Smith, and this segment on the program we like to call The Movie Dealer, where I deal you movie news and movie reviews. Now, today I have a very special guest. Who are you?
I'm Aaron Sylvia. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Okay, today, what happened this week? I love this story. So, apparently, the feature film, Jem the Holograms, oh my God, was only in theaters for 2 weeks. It's pulled. It's not in any theaters anymore.
I'm so glad this happened. Like, I watched the trailer for Jem and the Holograms, and it's a story that's been done so many times. It's just basically a girl decides that she's caught singing one day in the shower or someone in the house. Yeah. They post it on YouTube, and she becomes a sensation like overnight about starting to become a band. And then they have these weird costumes to go to Japan, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
So I understand, like, this is just perpetuating the same, like, stupid dream as like Miley Cyrus and stuff, that if you get caught singing in the shower and post it to YouTube, you're gonna be stupid famous.
Oh no, but here's the thing about the movie that was so stupid. First off, it's actually it's a remake to like an 80s show or something like that. Yeah. And it's literally about a pop star and her hologram. I think that's what it's about. It's so stupid.
I don't know.
And this is what the story is so stupid. We only watched the trailer. That's it. We did not see this film. And oh my God, this trailer is only like 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and Jesus, it has, so yeah, it's what he describes. Also, it's about this girl, the same girl, the pop star, with like daddy issues. The dad dies, Then she finds like a robot like that the father made and projects like holograms of himself, the father. And I was like, oh my God. And then like the whole story about her and her friends, they all hate each other. And the movie, the first weekend, it only made, I believe, 1.37 million the opening weekend, which is, it's like awful. That's terrible.
It was Universal too, wasn't it?
Yeah, which they're fine. Like honestly, they
Yeah.
had a huge.
I'm just surprised
year.
they greenlit this because usually they have like a fairly high quality. I love Universal as far as the
Yeah,
picture
like
to
it's great. Yeah, it's great. But like this year, it had a phenomenal. It had the biggest movie of the year, Jurassic World.
Yeah,
that was like the biggest box office movie of the year.
So how do you back that up with this? Like,
I don't know. It's not like a failure. It's just
a failure. Total failure.
Yeah, okay, it's a failure, but it's an embarrassment. I think that's the word. All right, next piece of news. Last week, the first trailer to the new movie World of Warcraft, which is obviously based on the game, was released, and Aaron just saw it. So
yeah, I watched it a few minutes ago. Kind of my first initial take on what's happening here. Generally, from my point of view, it looks a lot like Lord of the Rings, like completely saturated in CGI. And kind of like Vietnam War, American issues, that kind of way. Like, I know that's what the impression I was getting.
You're downgrading it, but that sounds awesome, dude. The way you're saying it, it's like Vietnam mixed with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, that's totally what it is.
That sounds awesome.
You have the generic like white guy cast of a war-torn nation that doesn't value diversity.
Yep.
Like going against these really orc-like. Big, huge goblin creature things. I didn't play World of Warcraft. My parents didn't let me, like, back in the day. So maybe there's like kind of like resentment like coming out for me, but it's like, I don't think we need another massive fantasy world like World of Warcraft to be on the big screen. Like, video game movies are costly and they don't usually even make it that far. I know Halo has been in development for years.
Yeah,
movie.
They made like a mini-series on it.
I don't think Christopher Nolan's supposed to be doing some kind of video game movie rumor.
Nolan?
I've heard rumors that Nolan's working on some video game movie.
He ain't doing that. No
Maybe it's
way.
false evidence. But anyway, but still, I don't think that with the look of it, okay, the CGI is very cartoonish. It's very kind of bright colors. Maybe that's going to work. I don't think it's going to look very realistic, but if they're going for the video game kind of vibe, perhaps. I don't see a MMORG kind of video game making it on the big screen, especially with this storyline.
I will admit, yeah, video games have a horrible track record. But I do believe there are 2 video games movies coming out. This one and another one with Assassin's Creed, which I'm very looking forward to. But yeah, this movie, like, granted, I do think it's probably the best time for this movie to come out because people still play this game and visual effects are a huge thing now and they're fantastic. So it's probably the best time for this to come out. And for the company making this movie, it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
But still, I wish you had more original storyline. We've told the kind of group of people teaming up against all odds, like to fight like some unified cause, and like the whole like, and I'm not gonna say racial, but the whole kind of like different types of people fighting with different cultures. We've seen this so many times. So give us like real people. Tell about a real issue that's happened in the world. Don't give me goblins fighting with like wizards.
Let's see. Who knows? Like, we got Lord of the Rings and all that crap. Let's see what happens. All right. The next piece of news, the last piece of news of the day, the first official trailer to the sequel to Finding Nemo, Finding Dory was released. I saw this yesterday. What did you think?
Okay, initial thoughts versus thoughts now. I personally didn't want there to be a sequel to Finding Nemo for the fact that I think that Finding Nemo is kind of like one of Pixar's masterpieces. Definitely at least one of like the big 3 kind of things you think of when you think of Pixar.
Yeah.
In terms of what they did with it, and especially the movie stands alone as a great movie. I'm worried if you try to continue this with a very similar sounding kind of storyline, you're going to lose a lot of the magic of the first one. So I think that, like with Toy Story, I don't think we need to have a 4th Toy Story. I think trilogy is okay to end it there.
But we can both agree, the one sequel that we all been praying for when it comes to Pixar movies.
Yeah,
definitely.
The Incredibles.
Like,
I've been waiting for this for years.
This should have happened a long time
I think
ago.
The Incredibles is so underrated because there's so many characters in this that you don't actually talk about.
I'm sorry, man. Apparently we're getting a guest. Well, hello.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
What's going on?
I got so rudely interrupted during sports, I was not able to finish my point. That, if you look at Peyton Manning, like Mike Drew said, if a team gives him $20 million, oh, he's going to go play for him. Look at Wes Welker right now. He's with the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, hourly?
I don't know.
Okay, look at this.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut you off right
Hey,
there.
you know what? It seems like a
Okay,
match
that's
break right now.
all
I'm
the time we have this week.
getting
I
cut
hope
off
we
all
see
over
you
the
next
place.
week, guys. You stay classy. See you next time.
Go TB12.
Hello, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And we are the Food Dudes. Also today here with Kevin.
Nice to be here.
He's our chicken bits of the day. Today, now, we're talking about just winging it today for today's episode. Hot wings. Do you like them? Are they spicy? I personally like them. I'm more of a daredevil kind of guy. But more so, we're going to talk about how do you get rid of that spice afterwards. Now, we've looked online, a little bit of research, and they say that we have a few things here today we're going to try. So we will unveil the wings. And these are the hottest wings we could buy. So we're going to start to take part. Kevin will be our control over this experiment, having a wing with nothing inside of it. And we'll be trying them with blue cheese, water, and milk. So, Kevin.
We also have a bagel.
Yeah, there
Also
you go.
bagels. Bon voyage, Kevin. Here is your wing. Let me know how they are. I'm also going white tea today, trying to prove I'm brave.
All right, ready?
Yep, ready. Start it off.
These wings are from Wings. Product placement. All right. Gotta stretch out first.
Go. Oh, he's got the wings. Oh. That's actually a drumstick, but is it hot?
We're gonna kill it. All right.
Was it warm?
Yes, it's warm. All right. Spicy. Tasty. I haven't felt the afterburn yet. Give me a minute.
Initially biting in, say on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
10 being the hottest, 1 being nothing, what would you say?
6.
Six.
Six,
Okay,
okay.
I can do it.
I'm
a six
feeling the
here.
afterburn. I'm feeling the afterburn now. It's getting
We
pretty
can
good.
join you. Take bite just a bite of wing anyway, showing that just normal. Oh, you're nothing. Yeah.
This is my dinner.
Same here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's a little bit of spice there afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. My face isn't burning.
Nope. I was expecting myself to cry.
I know
so-
we can test like facial hair in this too, because I think the more the mustache kind of combo.
See, I have more
Dave's
the
got
beard
the
combo.
underground kind of beard thing, and you're clean faced over there.
Kevin's
Sorry,
baby
man.
face
You gotta
over there.
join No Shave November. Okay, so now we'll try some of this. Some of this blue cheese on here. See if that changes it up. I'm getting a little bit of afterburn now.
Yeah, me too. I can
it's
feel
coming
it.
through.
It's in the back of my throat. I can
That,
feel
I'm
it.
getting it. It's getting in the throat.
That really takes it down quite a bit.
Definitely, definitely, yeah.
Okay, it does take time. It's getting there though.
Breathing it out through your mouth like continually, because that's gonna help us out.
I'm feeling the tears.
Yeah. Okay. It is officially stuck in my mustache, so it's not leaving. It's going to be there in my face through the remainder.
I see mine's just stuck on the sides. I don't really have any
No,
hair there.
no. So, okay. Mouth isn't bad. Mustache could be better. Up next, new trial, bagels. Do bagels help you do with this spice? I can't think of a meal where you'd have these together. I know chicken and waffles is a thing, but
That
chicken
is a
bagels
thing.
maybe.
Chicken waffles are pretty good, I will say.
I love them too. I love Southern food. So we're going to go another wing here. I got a lot of sauce on this next one.
Ooh, you are daring.
Yeah. Okay. Glistening like the Vesuvius it is. Here we go.
Good thing you got the thing. Mm-hmm. Tripping all over yourself.
Not as bad as I thought, honestly.
Get some sauce.
You should try one of Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, those are good. I've
I'm
had
sure,
those.
I'm sure those are pretty bad.
If I want to beat
Those
the
get
challenge.
pretty spicy.
Okay, I'm getting some spice.
I had one chicken and my fingers are like
Yeah.
sticky as heck.
Okay, so I'm gonna try some bagel. I'm getting the heat now. I'm trying to build up some.
I gotta finish that later. Because you can't leave any meat on the bone.
I finished the chicken. Like when I'm going down on it. Like I'll eat the little ends of it too. Like
Really?
oh yeah, I don't leave nothing behind.
Yeah, me too.
No chicken gets left behind.
That was my lunch. Okay, bagel, I don't think helps.
It's not doing anything.
It's another flavor. Like adding something spicy and chicken and bagel.
It's like a
they're not friends.
deconstructed
Yeah.
chicken sandwich.
Yeah. It's like when if your neighbor comes to Thanksgiving, like they're not a member of the family, but they're still like welcome there at the table. So it's like,
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Like if you go to Thanksgiving and they're just giving out wings.
oh, you can do that. yeah.
I've never seen that, but I would love that.
A new way to have Thanksgiving.
Oh
Thanksgiving
my-
on the go,
Oh my
if you
god,
will.
yeah, do like a buffalo
That's a
chicken,
really good
like
idea.
a buffalo turkey.
Yeah.
Right there.
Genius.
Add the sauce. Like it's not that hard. I would love to see that. Or honey barbecue or whatever.
Yeah,
you
stuff
got.
like mozzarella sticks. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Change up Thanksgiving. You're the same thing for like 1800.
Let's
Come
do
on.
like a Charlie Brown type
Yeah.
thing. Serve toast.
This is America.
Get the popcorn out.
Okay.
Let's go weird with that.
Okay, so I'm not crazy about the bread. We move on to maybe water. I'm still pretty. I'll take new wing. Try that out. And shovel that sauce on there. Drip it down.
You were just...
I mean, this has to last for 2 now because we're almost out of wings. We're cheap and buy the smallest amount possible. So, oh boy, it's a lot of.
Definitely starting to
Lot of
like
sauce.
burn my lips a bit.
I don't know if my taste buds are going to be intact after this.
Oh boy. Yep. That's hot. Oh boy. Yeah, that was that was mostly sauce. That was almost no chicken, mostly bone and sauce. So I'm getting some hot here.
It's getting sus.
I did skip some
Wits
sauce,
by
but-
WMGB, WGBY. Pretty good show. I do the deco for it.
It's getting hot in here.
Okay, I think water works. I don't know if it just like washed the sauce out of my mouth.
You mind passing that
Yeah,
over?
pass it over my
Thanks,
glistening cup here. But again, yeah, that's fairly spicy.
Oh, yeah, that definitely cuts through. That definitely cuts. Oh, no,
just
it's
wash
coming
it
back.
down.
It's coming back.
How are
It's
you
not
doing
gone.
with your spice there?
My lips are burning. My tongue is right now. It's all over the place, but I'm doing fine. I'll live. I think.
I'll move on to next one here. We're doing some little bit of milk root.
Wash it down with some
We
milk.
got it here. Take a bite of this chicken. Speed
Got
it up.
Gotta make sure what you gotta say what the product is. Obviously,
Hood milk.
hood milk.
Only drink hood.
Only from the hood.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
it.
yeah. There we go. I think the buffalo chicken and milk cows are farmyard friends. They really go hand in hand together.
Yeah.
That's right. One last one. Sauce test on the beard and face. I'm gonna see how that reacts. Does mustache shield it? We'll do his things here.
All right.
This is the last just dirty segment of things here. Does this work? Does mustache help in here? I'll be going first. Ready? Let's go.
So you just straight want me to
Yeah,
just
right
dabble
in the
it?
lips.
Just
Are we gonna
dabble
start
it? Like,
snorting it next?
Yeah, no.
just kind of.
Yeah, you want to take some too? Get some. Go,
sure
go
you
in your
wanna-
lips, man. Go in your lips.
Our camera crew is getting so sick right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Mustache does help some, but now it's burning.
I got nothing. I got a little bit of peach fuzz up here, so.
Yeah. If you want some more.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm all set. More for you, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, this hurts. This does not feel good. I do not recommend this.
All right.
At home here. I think that pretty much wraps up here for today at Food Dudes. I'm Aaron,
I'm Dave.
and we are the Food
Food
Dudes
Dudes.
here with our friend Kevin, the movie dealer. Thank you very much for watching here. I'm going to go wash my face with milk. Thank you very much for watching today. We will join you again next time on Nocturnal Nightly.